The royal shuttle descended through Zarvia's atmosphere. Amelia pressed her face to the window, watching as 3 moons came into view, hanging low in the lavender sky. The surface below was a mix of deep purple forests and shimmering blue lakes. "It's beautiful," she whispered. Princess Kira sat beside her. "You are the first human to see our world like this. Most visitors only see the diplomatic spaceport." "Why show me?" "Because you looked at me and saw more than my sisters do," Kira replied simply. "I wish to show you what others do not see of my world as well." The shuttle landed on a platform overlooking a vast valley. Unlike the sleek metallic cities Amelia had seen in briefing videos, this area was wild, natural massive trees with luminous trunks stretched toward the sky. Small creatures with glowing fur scurried among the branches. "This is the Sacred Valley," Kira explained as they exited the shuttle. "The place where our people first evolved. The royal family keeps it untouched by technology." A group of Zarvians waited for them, their skin patterns marking them as elders. They bowed deeply to Kira, which surprised Amelia. The princess who was dismissed at court seemed highly respected here. "These are the keepers," Kira said. "They maintain our oldest traditions. They have agreed to show you something few outsiders have witnessed." The eldest keeper stepped forward, her skin a pattern of swirling silver and deep blue. "The human has kind eyes," she said, studying Amelia. "She may enter the grove." They followed the keepers along a winding path deeper into the forest. As they walked, Amelia noticed the trees began to pulse with soft light. The ground beneath her feet felt warm, almost vibrating with energy. "What is this place?" she asked, keeping her voice low. "The heart of our world," Kira replied, "the source of what makes us Zarvian." They entered a clearing where the trees formed a perfect circle. In the center grew a single plant, unlike any Amelia had seen. Its trunk was crystalline transparent. Flowing within it was pure energy that shifted colors like Zarvian skin. Energy pulsed up from the ground through the tree and out into the air. "The mother tree," Kira said reverently. "She connects all life on our planet. Through her we share energy consciousness. Our ancestors learned to channel this energy, which gave us our color-changing skin and other abilities." The keepers formed a circle around the tree and began to hum, their skin glowing brightly. The tree responded, its energy pulsing in rhythm with their song. "Step forward." Kira gently guided Amelia toward the tree. "Place your hand on the trunk." "Is that safe for me? I'm not Zarvian." "Trust me." Kira's eyes held Amelia's. "I would never harm you." Amelia reached out. Her fingers touched the smooth crystal surface. Immediately warmth flowed up her arm, a gentle tingling sensation followed by images flooding her mind. Zarvians throughout history, the formation of their society, their connection to the planet itself. She saw how the energy from the tree had shaped their evolution. When she pulled her hand away, Amelia felt tears on her cheeks. "That was incredible. I felt everything. Your history, your connection." The keepers looked at each other in surprise. One spoke. "The human receives the visions. This has not happened before." Kira's skin brightened. "It confirms what I suspected." She turned to Amelia. "There is more I must show you. But first we rest. The visions can be draining." They stayed that night in a simple dwelling built into the trunk of a massive tree. The walls glowed softly, providing light. Kira explained that all Zarvian structures worked this way, drawing energy directly from the planet. As they ate a meal of fruit and what tasted like honey, Amelia asked the question that had been bothering her. "Why are you treated differently by your family? Your sisters seem to look down on you, but here the keepers respect you deeply." Kira was quiet for a long moment. "My sisters value the modern, the technological. They see our traditions as primitive, embarrassing. But there is another reason." She looked directly at Amelia. "I was born during the convergence when all 3 moons aligned perfectly. the first royal child born, under such conditions in 10 generations. And that's bad. It is prophesied that such a child would be different, would change our world forever. Some fear that change. Is that why you're interested in humans? Because we represent change, Kira's skin, flushed deep purple. Yes, and because like me you are underestimated by my people. The next morning they traveled deeper into the forest. Amelia noticed the trees growing larger, their trunks wider. The air felt thick with energy, making the hair on her arms stand up. They came to a cave entrance carved with ancient symbols. Kira touched the symbols, which glowed in response. The stone door slid open, revealing a passage downward. These caves run beneath the entire planet, Kira explained as they descended. They channel the world's energy. Much like your Earth has rivers of water, Zarvia has rivers of energy. The tunnel opened into a vast cavern. Its walls, embedded with crystals similar to the mother tree light, pulsed through them, creating a network that stretched in all directions. In the center of the cavern was a pool of what looked like liquid light. It shifted and moved, as if alive. The heart pool, Kira said, her voice filled with awe. The most concentrated source of our world's energy. Only those of royal blood may touch it, and only on special occasions. It's amazing, Amelia said, staring at the swirling light. There is something I must tell you. Kira's voice turned serious. The real reason I brought you here? She took a deep breath. I am not what my sisters believe I am. The dullness of my skin, the smallness of my stature. These are not defects. They are signs of what I truly am. What do you mean? Every 10 generations a Zarvian is born who can channel the planet's energy in its purest form. We are called luminous ones. The ancient texts say we appear weak because our bodies contain so much potential energy that we must suppress our outer glow. You're a luminous one, Amelia said in wonder. Kira nodded. The keepers recognized it at my birth, but my parents feared what it might mean to control the populace. Our rulers have treated the old ways as superstition, so they raised me as the least favored princess, hoping no one would notice what I truly am. But why show me, why trust me with this? Because tomorrow everything changes. Kira's skin suddenly glowed brighter than Amelia had ever seen. My eldest sister is planning to block the alliance with Earth. She fears human influence. She will use tomorrow's ceremony to humiliate your leaders. How do you know this? I hear things when people think you unimportant, they speak freely around you. Kira took Amelia's hands. I cannot allow this to happen. The alliance between our worlds is vital. But to stop it, I must reveal myself, which means I need someone I can trust. Someone who sees me for who I really am. Amelia squeezed Kira's hands. What do you need me to do? Stand with me when the moment comes. Just stand with me. As they returned to the shuttle, Amelia's mind raced with all she had learned. The beautiful alien princess dismissed by her family was actually powerful beyond imagination, and tomorrow she would reveal herself to save the alliance between their worlds. What neither of them knew was that forces were already moving against them, both human and Zarvian conspirators who wanted the alliance to fail. At that very moment, they were setting a trap that would force Kira to reveal her powers sooner than planned. The space station orbiting the alien world of Zarvia buzzed with activity, as diplomats from Earth prepared for the first official meeting with the royal family of the Zarvian Empire. Amelia Ross stood at attention in her crisp military uniform, her short brown hair tucked neatly under her cap. She was one of 12 soldiers selected as honor guards for this historic meeting, the youngest lieutenant in her unit. Amelia felt both pride and nervousness as she waited. Zarvians were tall, elegant beings with iridescent skin that changed colors with their emotions. They had evolved on a world with 3 moons, which gave them enhanced night vision and distinctive triple-pupiled eyes. The females of the species were known across the galaxy for their beauty, intelligence, and fierce warrior spirits. Commander Diane Foster approached Amelia, her face serious. Lieutenant Ross, you have a special assignment during the ceremony, Commander Foster said. Each royal daughter will select a human escort for the duration of the diplomatic mission. You are to stand at the end of the line. May I ask why, ma'am? Amelia questioned. The Zarvian royal protocol officer informed us that the youngest princess always chooses last. It's their tradition. The positioning is symbolic of status. Amelia nodded, understanding what remained unsaid. She would be paired with the least important princess, the one no one paid attention to. The delegation hall doors opened, revealing 5 Zarvian princesses each, more stunning than the last. Their skin shimmered with colors ranging from sapphire blue to emerald green. They moved with natural grace that made even the most poised human appear clumsy. 4 of the princesses chose their escorts quickly, their skin flashing bright, happy colors as they selected the tallest, strongest-looking human soldiers. 1 princess remained. She approached Amelia with slow, deliberate steps. Princess Kira was smaller than her sisters, her skin a pale lavender that barely shimmered. She kept her triple-pupiled eyes downcast, avoiding direct contact. Her body language suggested shyness or perhaps shame. "I select this one," Princess Kira said, her voice surprisingly melodic. Despite her subdued appearance, Amelia bowed respectfully. "Lieutenant Amelia Ross, at your service, Your Highness." As the formal ceremony concluded, Amelia was instructed to escort Princess Kira to her quarters. The walk was silent, awkward. The princess moved with small, careful steps, keeping distance between them. "Is there anything you require, Your Highness?" Amelia asked, trying to break the tension. "No," came the short reply. Then, after several steps, "But thank you for asking, Lieutenant." Their first days together were filled with formal events. Amelia stood behind Kira during meetings with Earth diplomats. The princess rarely spoke, letting her older sisters dominate conversations. But Amelia noticed how intently Kira listened, her eyes tracking each speaker. On the 3rd day, Princess Kira approached Amelia with an unexpected request. "Lieutenant, I wish to learn more about Earth. Would you teach me?" Amelia was surprised. "Of course, Your Highness. What would you like to know?" "Everything." Kira's skin briefly flashed a brighter purple. "But perhaps we could start with your home." "Where did you grow up?" Amelia told Kira about growing up in a small town in the Midwestern United States, how she had looked up at the stars as a child dreaming of space. The princess listened with rapt attention, asking thoughtful questions. "What about you, Your Highness?" Amelia eventually asked. "What was your childhood like?" Kira's skin darkened. "Different from my sisters, I was born during an unusual alignment of our 3 moons. The royal seers said it was a bad omen." She paused. "My coloring is considered dull by our standards. My size disappointing. I was hidden away from public view for many years." "That seems cruel," Amelia said before thinking better of it. "It is our way," Kira replied. But there was no anger in her voice. "My people value physical perfection, strength, vibrant colors. I am lacking in all 3. "I think your coloring is beautiful," Amelia said honestly, "like twilight on Earth. That moment when the sky turns purple before darkness." For the first time, Princess Kira's skin brightened significantly. A rich lavender color spread across her face. "No one has ever described me that way." Over the next few days, Kira began requesting Amelia's presence for more than just formal duties. They walked together through the botanical gardens where earth plants grew alongside Zarvian flora. The princess was fascinated by simple things like daisies and sunflowers. "Our plants move. They follow prey," Kira explained, pointing to a fern-like Zarvian plant. "Yours are so still yet colorful, like me compared to you." Amelia joked. Kira's skin flashed bright. "Yes, perhaps that is why I find them compelling, different but wonderful in their own way." Amelia learned that despite her status as least favored, Kira was highly educated. She spoke 7 Earth languages and had studied human history extensively. "Why such interest in us?" Amelia asked one evening, as they shared a meal in Kira's private chambers. "We must seem primitive to your people." "My sisters believe so," Kira admitted. "But I see something else." Adaptability, creativity. Humans lack our physical advantages, yet you've achieved so much your species turns weakness into strength. Like you, Amelia said quietly. Kira's eyes widened. What do you mean? You're underestimated, but I think that gives you advantages. Your sisters don't notice how much you observe, how much you understand. The princess was silent for a long moment. Then her skin turned a color Amelia had never seen before. A deep, rich blue like Earth's ocean. You see more than most, Lieutenant. Kira finally said, perhaps that is why the fates paired us. That night a message came to Amelia's quarters, an invitation from Princess Kira to accompany her to Zarvia's surface. The next day the message noted this was unusual as humans had not yet been permitted to visit the planet itself. Amelia accepted immediately, both honored and curious. What she didn't know was that this trip would change everything. And that princess. Kira had secrets even her own family didn't suspect, secrets that would soon reshape relations between their worlds forever. They returned to the space station late that evening. The diplomatic section was quiet. Most officials already retired to their quarters. Amelia escorted Princess Kira to her chambers. Both women lost in thought about the day's revelations. Get some rest, Kira said, stopping at her door. Tomorrow will test us both. Amelia nodded. Whatever happens, I'm with you. As she turned to leave, a shadow moved at the end of the corridor. Amelia's hand instinctively went to her sidearm. Who's there, Commander? Foster stepped into the light. At ease, Lieutenant, ma'am. Amelia saluted. Is everything all right? Foster's expression was unreadable. Walk with me, Ross. Once they were alone in an empty conference room, Foster turned to Amelia, her face stern. You spent the day on the planet's surface with Princess Kira. Yes, ma'am. She wanted to show me some cultural sites. Cultural sites, Foster repeated. Did she happen to show you something called the Mother Tree? Or perhaps the Heart Pool? Amelia felt her pulse quicken. How did Foster know about those places, ma'am? Don't play dumb, Ross. I need to know exactly what the princess revealed to you. Foster leaned closer. This is a matter of Earth security. With respect, Commander, I don't understand why. My private conversations with the princess. Foster slammed her fist on the table. Because we have intelligence suggesting Princess Kira may be what they call a luminous one. And if that's true, it changes everything. Amelia stayed silent, struggling to decide how much to reveal. Foster sighed. Look, Ross, I'm not your enemy. We've had agents studying Zarvian culture for years. We know about their energy manipulation abilities, their connection to their planet. What we don't know is why Princess Kira has hidden her abilities or what she plans to do with them. She's not a threat, Amelia said firmly. She supports the Alliance. So she's confirmed it. Then, she is a luminous one. Amelia realized her mistake too late. Thank you, Lieutenant. That's all I needed to know. Foster straightened. You're confined to quarters until further notice. What, why? Because tomorrow is too important to risk complications. We have our own plans for the ceremony. 2 security officers entered. Escort Lieutenant Ross to her quarters, Foster ordered. She's not to leave until after tomorrow's ceremony. Commander, please. Amelia protested as the officers took her arms. The princess is planning to stop her sister from sabotaging the Alliance. Is that what she told you? Foster shook her head. Zarvians are master manipulators, Ross. Their skin may show their emotions, but that doesn't mean they can't lie. As Amelia was led away, she saw Foster remove a communication device. She confirmed it. The princess is a luminous one. Proceed as planned. In her quarters, Amelia paced frantically. She had to warn Kira, but her communication device had been confiscated and the door was guarded. She examined every corner of the room looking for a way out. The ventilation system caught her attention. The cover was secured with simple screws. Amelia removed her belt buckle and used its edge to unscrew the panel. It would be a tight fit, but she could make it. She crawled through the narrow ducts, using her memory of the station layout to navigate toward the diplomatic wing, where Kira's quarters would be. Near an intersection of ducts, she heard voices. She paused, listening. The humans know, a male Zarvian voice said. Their commander confirmed it. Then we must act. Tonight, replied a female voice that Amelia recognized as Princess Selene, Kira's eldest sister. If Kira reveals herself at the ceremony, all our plans are ruined. What about the human lieutenant? The one always at her side? She's been detained. But even if she weren't, she's just a human. What could she possibly do against us? Amelia continued forward with new urgency. She had to reach Kira before Selene did. As she approached the diplomatic section, she heard a commotion. Guards shouting. Orders being given. She peered through a vent cover and saw Zarvian royal guards outside Kira's quarters, their skin flashing alarm colors. The princess is gone. One guard reported. Amelia felt both relief and worry Kira had escaped. But where would she go, and how could Amelia find her? She thought back to their conversations over the past days. Where would Kira feel safe? The botanical gardens, Kira had said the earth plants reminded her of humans. Different but wonderful in their own way, it was worth a try. Amelia navigated the ducts until she reached the garden section. She removed the vent cover and slipped out. The vast garden was dark, lit only by bioluminescent Zarvian plants that cast eerie blue shadows. Kira, she whispered, moving carefully between the plants. It's Amelia. A hand touched her shoulder. Amelia spun around, ready to fight. Quiet. Kira's voice came from the shadows. We're not alone. They crouched behind a large fern. Kira's skin dimmed to nearly black, making her almost invisible. How did you find me? She whispered. I guessed you said you liked it here. Amelia explained quickly about her detention and what she'd overheard. Your sister knows what you are. She's trying to stop you from attending the ceremony. It's worse than that. Kira's eyes showed fear. Selene doesn't just want to block the alliance. She wants to attack Earth. She and her faction believe humans are a threat to our way of life. They plan to use the ceremony as cover for an assault. We have to warn both sides. Who would believe us? You're now considered compromised, and I'm the least important princess, Amelia thought quickly. The keepers, they respect you. Could they help? Kira shook her head. Their planet side, we don't have time. A new voice spoke from behind them. Perhaps I can be of assistance. They turned to see an elderly Zarvian, his skin a calm blue. He wore the simple robes of a gardener, Elder Taran. Kira's voice held surprise and respect. What are you doing here? Tending the gardens as always. He smiled. But more importantly, waiting for you, princess. He bowed deeply. The keepers sent me to the station months ago. We knew this day would come. You can help us stop Selene. Better. He reached into his robes and removed a small crystal vial filled with luminous liquid. I can help you become what you were born to be. Kira stared at the vial. Is that water from the heart pool? Gathered during the last convergence, it will awaken your full abilities. Kira took the vial, her hands trembling. I'm afraid if I drink this, there's no going back. There never was, Taran said gently. From the moment of your birth, your path was set. The only choice is whether you embrace it or run from it. Amelia took Kira's free hand. Whatever you decide, I'm with you. Kira looked at Amelia, then at Taran. Finally, she uncorked the vial. For both our worlds, she whispered, and drank the glowing liquid. For a moment, nothing happened. Then Kira gasped. Her eyes widened, the pupils expanding, until they were completely black. Her skin began to glow. Not the simple color changes of normal Zarvians, but a radiant light that emanated from within, growing brighter until Amelia had to shield her eyes. When the light dimmed, Kira stood transformed. Her lavender skin now rippled with currents of energy that flowed like rivers. She seemed taller, more powerful. Energy crackled around her fingertips. Her triple-pupilled eyes now held galaxies within them. How do you feel? Amelia asked in awe. Complete. Kira's voice resonated with new depth. I can feel everything, the station, the people within it. the energy flowing through walls and systems. She turned to Amelia. I can even feel you. Your life. Force your emotions. Terran bowed. The transformation is complete luminous one. What are your commands? We need to stop Seleni's plan, Kira said. But without harming anyone if possible, this alliance must succeed. The ceremony starts in 6 hours, Amelia said. What's your plan? Kira smiled, and for the first time Amelia saw confidence radiating from the once shy princess. First we gather allies, those who support peace. Then we prepare a surprise for my sister. What kind of surprise? The kind that reminds everyone why the legends of the luminous ones inspired such awe. Kira's eyes sparkled with power and fear. As they moved through the shadows of the station, Amelia realized that everything had changed. The shy princess she had been assigned to guard was gone. In her place stood a being of incredible power. Yet when Kira looked at her, the connection between them remained. The trust, the friendship, perhaps something more. What neither of them suspected was that both Earth and Zarvian forces had their own plans for the ceremony, plans that would force a confrontation none of them were truly prepared for. And at the center of it all stood a human soldier and an alien princess. Their choices in the coming hours would determine the fate of two worlds. Dawn broke over the space station as final preparations for the ceremony began. The Great Hall was decorated with symbols from both worlds. Earth's greenery intertwined with luminous Zarvian plants. Dignitaries checked schedules and reviewed protocols. Guards took positions at strategic points. No one noticed the small group moving through maintenance corridors. Kira now wore a hooded cloak that concealed her transformed appearance. Beside her walked Amelia in civilian clothes borrowed from station. Staff Elder Terran led the way, his knowledge of the station's layout proving invaluable. Security has been doubled, Terran reported after scouting ahead, both human and Zarvian. They're expecting trouble, Amelia said. But from where? From all sides. Kira's voice was grim. I can sense the fear and anticipation, the air is thick with it. They had spent the night gathering allies, those Terran trusted among the station staff, a few Zarvian diplomats loyal to the old ways, 2 human scientists who had studied Zarvian culture. A small resistance, but it would have to be enough. Remember the plan, Kira said as they reached a junction. Elder Terran will disrupt the security systems at the precise moment Amelia and I will enter through the service entrance. The others will take positions among the crowd. And if Selene makes her move before then, Amelia asked, then we improvise. Kira squeezed Amelia's hand. But we stop her no matter what. They parted ways, each heading to their assigned positions. Amelia and Kira waited in a small storage room adjacent to the Great Hall. Through a ventilation grate they could see the ceremony beginning. Zarvian royalty entered first, King Zareth, and Queen Mira, followed by the 4 princesses. Selene led the procession, her skin a brilliant emerald, projecting confidence and power. Where is Princess Kira? The Zarvian ambassador asked, noticing the missing royal, indisposed. Selene replied smoothly, a minor illness, nothing serious. Earth diplomats entered next. Ambassador Olivia Chen leading the delegation. Commander Foster followed, looking tense, her eyes scanning the crowd. Something's wrong, Amelia whispered. Foster knows this is a trap, but she's walking into it anyway. Why? Because she has her own trap, Kira replied, her eyes unfocused as if seeing beyond the room. I can sense energy weapons concealed among the Earth delegation. That's impossible. Security scans would have detected them. Not if they're made with Zarvian technology. Kira's eyes widened. Your commander has been working with rebels, Amelia. They've planned this together. The realization hit Amelia hard. Foster had confined her not because she feared Amelia was manipulated, but because Amelia might discover the truth, that elements from both sides wanted the alliance to fail. Wanted War King Zareth stepped forward to address the gathering. Today marks a historic moment, the joining of our 2 worlds in friendship and cooperation. As he spoke, Amelia noticed Celine moving subtly closer to the Earth delegation, her hand concealed within her flowing robes and Foster. Her position mirrored Celine's, too perfect to be coincidence. "Now," Amelia whispered urgently. "We need to move now." At that moment the lights flickered. Terran's signal. Amelia pushed open the service door and they slipped into the crowd. Moving quickly toward the central dais, Kira's cloak still concealing her transformation. King Zareth continued unaware of the approaching confrontation. "With this treaty, we build a bridge between our civilizations, a path to shared prosperity and knowledge." Celine made her move, her hand emerging from her robe, holding what looked like a ceremonial dagger. But Amelia recognized the glow. It was a concentrated energy weapon, disguised as a traditional object aimed at Ambassador Chanat. The same moment Foster reached inside her uniform, everything slowed down for Amelia. The coordinated attack, the perfect symmetry of betrayal, both sides striking simultaneously to ensure the alliance failed. Amelia shouted, "It's a trap!" All eyes turned to her, the guards reaching for weapons, the diplomats freezing in confusion. Kira threw off her cloak, her transformed appearance causing gasps throughout the hall. Her skin blazed with light, her eyes black and fathomless. She raised both hands and pulses of energy shot forth, one stopping Celine's blade in midair, the other knocking Foster's weapon from her hand. "Enough." Kira's voice resonated through the hall, the very air seeming to vibrate with her power. "This deception ends now." Celine recovered quickly, her skin flashing anger. "The defect shows her true colors. See how she attacks your own commander. Proof that Zarvians cannot trust humans." "Lies." Kira stepped forward, energy crackling around her. "Show them what you hold, sister. Show them your blade designed to kill Ambassador Chen." Guards surrounded Celine, forcing her to reveal the weapon, its design clearly meant for assassination. "And you, Commander Foster." Kira turned to the human officer. "Show them what you concealed, a weapon of Zarvian design given to you by rebels who seek war, not peace." Foster's face hardened. "You don't understand. The Zarvians have technology that could destroy Earth. We needed leverage, insurance. So you plotted with traitors to my world." King Zareth's voice was cold with fury. "To assassinate my daughter while she killed your ambassador. Perfect symmetry. Each side blaming the other. War inevitable. Father." Kira approached the king and queen, who stared at her transformed appearance with awe and fear. "I am what the legends foretold, a luminous one born to bridge worlds, not divide them." Queen Mira stepped forward, touching Kira's glowing skin. "All these years we thought you were weak." "I was becoming," Kira said simply. "As was this alliance, both needed time to grow into their true potential." She turned to address the entire hall. "I can sense the feelings in this room. Fear, suspicion, anger, but also hope, curiosity, desire for something better." Her voice strengthened. "These conspirators counted on fear to drive us apart, but there is another path." Kira raised her hands and the energy within her intensified. The air shimmered around her. Small points of light formed between her palms, growing, connecting, creating a three-dimensional map of both solar systems, Earth and Zarvia, linked by glowing pathways. "This is what could be," Kira said. "Not just an alliance, but a true union of our worlds. Our knowledge, our strengths, our futures together. We could accomplish wonders that neither world could achieve alone." The display shifted, showing technologies, buildings, achievements that took everyone's breath away. Ambassador Chen stepped forward, studying the images. "Is this real? Can we truly create these things?" "With time, trust, and cooperation, yes." Kira lowered her hands, the display fading. "But first we must choose peace over fear, understanding over suspicion." King Zareth looked from Kira to Selene, then to the Earth delegation. "The actions of few should not determine the fate of many. Selene has betrayed our people's trust, as have members of your delegation. but the alliance itself, the dream of cooperation that remains worthy. Ambassador Chen nodded. I agree, the conspirators will face justice, but the alliance continues. Guards took Celine and Foster away, both protesting, both claiming they had acted for the good of their worlds. In the chaos that followed, Amelia found herself standing beside Kira, the transformed princess still radiating energy but more controlled now, more focused. You did it, Amelia said quietly. You saved the alliance. We did it, Kira corrected. I would have remained hidden forever if not for you. Your kindness, your belief in me. She touched Amelia's cheek gently, energy tingling between them. You saw me when I was invisible. That changed everything. As the diplomats regrouped around them trying to salvage the ceremony, Amelia realized that nothing would be the same. The shy princess was now revealed as a being of immense power. The future of two worlds had been forever altered, and her own path had become intertwined with Kira's in ways she could never have imagined when she stood at the end of the line waiting to be chosen by the least favored princess. 3 months after the fateful ceremony, Amelia stood on the observation deck of the newly constructed Earth Embassy on Zarvia. The planet spread before her, a beautiful tapestry of purple forests and blue oceans. The 3 moons hung in the sky, a constant reminder of the alien world she now called home. Still adjusting to the longer days, a melodic voice asked from behind her. Amelia turned to see Kira approaching. The princess had changed in the months since her transformation. Her once pale, lavender skin now constantly shifted with currents of energy beneath the surface. Her eyes still held galaxies within them, but she had learned to control her appearance to appear less intimidating when needed. The 30-hour cycle is tough, Amelia admitted, but the view makes up for it. Kira joined her at the window. The first wave of human settlers arrives tomorrow. Are the preparations complete? Yes. Ambassador Chen has everything organized. Amelia smiled. Still feels strange being her chief security advisor instead of just a lieutenant. After the conspiracy was exposed, both governments had restructured their diplomatic corps. Amelia's loyalty and quick thinking had earned her a promotion and a permanent position on Zarvia King. Zareth had insisted on it, much to Amelia's surprise. You've earned their trust, Kira said, as you earned mine. In the aftermath of the ceremony, Kira's status had changed dramatically. No longer the least favored princess, she was now recognized as the Luminous One. A sacred figure in Zarvian culture. The first in 10 generations, her abilities had continued to grow. She could manipulate energy in ways that astonished even the eldest keepers. The High Council meeting went well, Kira said, changing the subject. They've approved the knowledge exchange program. 500 human scientists will be granted access to our energy technology, and 300 Zarvian scholars will study Earth's biodiversity. Amelia added, a fair trade. Their conversation was interrupted by a soft chime. Kira's communication device. She glanced at it and sighed. Another request for a demonstration of my abilities. Which delegation this time? The Europeans. They want to witness energy manipulation firsthand, Amelia laughed. You've become quite the attraction. An exhausting one, Kira admitted. Sometimes I miss being invisible. The princess. No one noticed. I noticed you, Amelia said quietly. Their eyes met, a moment of understanding passing between them. Their relationship had evolved since that first meeting, friendship deepening into something more complex, something neither had named yet. Walk with me, Kira said suddenly. There's something I want to show you. They left the embassy, taking Kira's private shuttle to a remote region of the planet, away from the developing diplomatic zone and cultural exchange centers. This area was wild, untouched. Mountains rose in the distance, their peaks shrouded in mist. The shuttle landed beside a small lake, its waters a deep sapphire blue, reflecting the purple sky perfectly. What is this place? Amelia asked as they walked along the shore. My sanctuary, Kira explained. where I come when the duties of being the luminous one become too much when I need to remember who I was before. They reached a small structure built into the side of a hill, its design blending perfectly with the landscape. Inside was simple. A few pieces of furniture, books collected from both worlds, a window overlooking the lake. It's beautiful, Amelia said, peaceful. And now yours as well. Kira handed her a small crystal key. I've registered your biometrics. The shuttle will respond to your commands, the house to your presence. Amelia stared at the key. Kira, I can't accept this. You can, the princess said firmly. And you will for selfish reasons if nothing else. Selfish. I find myself wanting you near. Kira's skin flushed with new colors, patterns Amelia had learned to recognize as embarrassment mixed with affection. The demands of my position grow daily, as do yours. We need a place where we can simply be Kira and Amelia, not the luminous one and the Earth security advisor. Amelia felt warmth spread through her chest. I'd like that. They walked back outside, standing at the lake's edge, the water lapping gently at the shore. In the distance, the first moon was rising large and golden. There's something else, Kira said, her voice more serious. Something I haven't told anyone, not even my family. What is it? My abilities. They're still growing, changing. I can sense things now beyond our world, beyond yours. She looked up at the stars just becoming visible in the darkening sky. Other civilizations, other beings, some friendly, some not all, connected by the same energy that flows through Zarvia, through me. What are you saying? Our alliance. Earth and Zarvia. It's just the beginning. Kira's eyes reflected the stars. What comes next will test both our worlds, but together we stand a chance. Amelia processed this information. The implications were enormous. Have you seen it? The future. Glimpses, possibilities. Nothing certain. Kira turned to face her, except one thing. What's that? That you and I are meant to face it together. Whatever comes. Kira took Amelia's hands in hers. Energy tingled between them, warm, comforting. The keepers have a saying, the universe brings together what is meant to be joined. I believe that now. Amelia felt the truth of it resonating within her, the unlikely pairing of a human soldier and an alien princess, the least favored royal and the end-of-line guard, both underestimated, both seeing in each other what others missed. So what happens now? She asked. Now, Kira smiled. We prepare. We build bridges between our worlds. We learn from each other. And when the time comes, we face the stars together. As if responding to her words, the second moon rose, joining the first. The light of the two moons reflected on the lake, creating a path of silver across the water. The third moon will rise soon, Kira said. When all three align, it's considered a blessing, a perfect moment of balance. They stood together watching the sky, the embassy, the diplomats, the responsibilities all temporarily forgotten. Here, there were just two, beings from different worlds, finding connection, finding purpose, finding each other. The third moon appeared on the horizon, smaller but brighter than the others. As it rose higher, the three moons formed a perfect triangle in the sky. Their combined light bathing the landscape in silver and gold. Kira's skin responded, glowing more intensely. She raised her hand and energy flowed from her fingertips, dancing across the lake's surface like stars reflected in water. It's beautiful, Amelia whispered. This is what I wanted to share with you, Kira said. A perfect moment, a new beginning. As the moons reached alignment, Kira turned to Amelia, her eyes holding a question, a possibility, a future. Neither spoke. The only sound, the gentle lapping of water against shore. The only light, the moons above and the glow of Kira's skin. Amelia made her choice the one she'd been making since that first day. When a shy princess had selected the guard at the end of the line, she stepped forward, closing the distance between them, two worlds meeting. Coming together as the universe intended, in the diplomatic zone, preparations continued. The alliance growing stronger each day, humans and Zarvians learning from each other, building something new together, something neither could have achieved alone. And beyond, in the vast darkness of space, other civilizations watched, some with hope, some with fear, all aware that something unprecedented had begun. The joining of two worlds, guided by the luminous one and her human companion. The prophecy was unfolding, just as the ancient texts had predicted, just as Kira had foreseen. But with one detail the texts had missed, that at the heart of great change stood not power or politics, but something simpler, more profound. Two beings who saw each other truly when no one else did. The least favored princess, the end-of-line guard, together they would change the universe.